Hi, it's City Councilor Evan Duncan. I want to take a quick minute here just to thank the Charleswood Historical Society on 50 years as a lifelong resident of Charleswood. I'm so proud of the work that the Historical Society does, and I wish you all the best in the coming years.
Ask 10 people what they like about Charleswood and you'll most likely get 20 or more different answers. All good, of course. It's country living in the city. It's relaxed, and it's been called the suburb beautiful. Just a stone's throw away from the wide open prairie spaces, but close enough to all the conveniences that a large city has to offer. Plenty of green spaces, quiet with well-kept residential areas, and a meandering river to make the neighborhood even more attractive. If you stop and closely look at the neighborhood, you can't help but wonder how it got to be what it is, and that's where our understanding of history becomes important. Through the efforts of Charleswood residents who have a deep affection for their neighborhood, the Charleswood Historical Society was born in 1974 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the incorporation of the city of Winnipeg. The mandate of the Society is simple. 1. To promote and encourage interest in and to study and compile a history of what is formerly known as the RM of Charleswood. And 2. To acquire, collect, and maintain artifacts, memorabilia, articles, mementos, and items of historical interest. And 2024 marks the 50th anniversary of doing so. Truly an extraordinary accomplishment.
I'm Kathleen Cook, the MLA for Roblin. Congratulations to the Charleswood Historical Society on your 50th anniversary. I'd also like to say a special thank you to all of the volunteers who give so generously of their time and talents to preserve our community's history. Thank you and congratulations.
Besides the formation of the Society, the Charleswood Museum was born and officially opened in April of 2006, dedicated to Len and Verna Van Roon, respectfully known as keepers of Charleswood history. The museum may be small in area, but it is rich in artifacts both collected and donated over the years. Len Van Roon explains how, with the help of the late City Councilor, Bill Clement, the current building was acquired.
Initially, this was the area for the heavy equipment guys. There were showers in this room. And Bill Clement, when they moved the heavy equipment out, he said, you know, could you guys use some of that for a museum? And we said, boy, could we ever, because initially I had one building that was not being occupied, but it was dry. And when people said, do you want this stuff, you know, I would say, yeah, that's okay. So I set up any equipment that I thought was valuable in that chicken house until it was pretty well filled with stuff. So I said to Bill, boy, you know, this would be a way better. Now, Bill Clement set this up, cleaned it up, electricity, did all that, and offered it to us $1 a year for 20 years.
Bill Clement, who was a member of the Charleswood Historical Society, was elected to City Council in 1983. Other activities conducted by the Society include the Heritage Lecture Series, which began in 2013 as one of the projects to celebrate Charleswood's centennial. It continues today, offering a roster of knowledgeable and engaging presenters speaking on a variety of topics. Another project is renaming Charleswood streets. A list of names of young men who lost their lives in war as well as longtime residents and those who have made contributions to the betterment of Charleswood. These names are submitted to the city and developers for consideration, and currently there are 80 names on a waiting list. Parks and green spaces are also named after Charleswood residents thanks to the efforts of the Society. If you are a resident of Charleswood and are looking for activities to learn more, the Society offers the following.
Hi everyone, Marty Morantz here, Member of Parliament for Charleswood, St. James, Assiniboia, Headingley, coming to you from the historic Karen Park in front of the historic Karen House. Built in 1901, this is an historic masterpiece which has been preserved by the Charleswood Historical Society, and the reason I'm here in front of the house is that I want to congratulate the Historical Society on its 50th anniversary in protecting Manitoba heritage just like this house. I also want to congratulate them on the maintenance of the incredible Charleswood Historical Museum. Every time I go there, I learn something new, including the history of the brave men who gave their lives from this community in the great wars of the last century. It's very important that we preserve the memory of those soldiers who paid the ultimate price. So again, I want to congratulate the Charleswood Historical Society on the incredible work they do preserving the memory and heritage of this community.
Another politician who cares very much for Charleswood is Myrna Dreger. She was elected to the provincial legislature in a 1998 by-election.
Congratulations to the Charleswood Historical Society of 50 years of enriching our community, for collecting all of the artifacts and information, sharing it with the community through community presentations or through school presentations, for this amazing museum you've set up and all the work you do on Karen House. Thank you so much for all these contributions to Charleswood, and all the best in the next 50.
A great place to learn about Charleswood history would be the Society's book, Photos and Fragments of Charleswood History. It starts with the area's very earliest beginnings, families that have been in Charleswood for generations, and scores of photos that depict what life was like in the early years. A structured society tour isn't always necessary to better understand and experience places of interest in Charleswood. You can easily do your own sightseeing. Areas like the Passage, located at the north end of Berkeley Street, a natural ford that was shallow enough to cross, used by Biden herds, First Nation bands, and fur traders. At one point there was even a ferry crossing, and parts of the crossing's equipment can be seen in the Charleswood Museum. Today, the crossing is well maintained as a very picturesque park on the banks of the Assiniboine River. Another interest point is Karen House. This building, which was slated for demolition, was saved through the efforts of the Society. Here, Len Van Roon explains how.
Some of the people in that area were determined that that house should be knocked down, and what she did was get an opinion of whether it should be saved, because it was in fairly bad shape. But they started off, we had tenants in there, and there's a lot of damage to the house, but it looked salvageable, let's put it that way, because it was one of the oldest houses along the river, certainly in Charleswood.
Remembering the war years provided an opportunity for the Society to erect memorials, honoring those who fought and gave their lives to ensure peace for all Canadians. Charleswood Legion 100 is one such place with its iconic Sherman tank. Another is the cenotaph at Berkeley Street and Roblin Boulevard. Here, Len Van Roon talks about creating the cenotaph.
We had to work on the location for the cenotaph, and what we did was took it in front of the Historical Society group that was empowered at that time, and debated where we should have it. And we ended up with it at Berkeley and Roblin, and on the hill there was an ideal place.
If future generations have as much dedication to history and love for their neighborhood as the Society's founders, the Society is guaranteed to thrive and prosper, and it appears that this is the direction it's headed. It would be interesting to be able to peer into a crystal ball and view 50 years into the future. Charleswood will be a different place in some respects, but the same in others. It will most likely still be a great neighborhood to live in, enjoy life, and raise a family. And remembering how it got that way will be equally as important in days to come as it is now. Charleswood Historical Society, congratulations for 50 years of outstanding service and a job well done.